I also want to say that I'm very proud that we were able to eliminate Dr. Lady from this video.
Hello again. It's me, Larry Kirchner, aka Dr. Frightner, and I am here with another Hauntworld video. It is June 2023, and I'm standing inside my Frankenstein escape room, and we are about to bring you the last 3 Hauntworld movies. And the good news is the quality goes way up because they were filmed at this point on digital cameras, and they were transferred and ultimately edited to DVD. So the quality is much better. It's still not in widescreen, but the haunts are better. And check out Frankenstein right here. Yeah, I love Frankenstein. But anyway, now on to Hauntworld the movie part 14. And let me say once again, like and subscribe to the channel. And ring the bell so you know when we upload more videos. We are uploading all kinds of videos to this channel. Specifically, I travel a lot, and my company used to be called Halloween Productions. We still have the name, but now we mostly go by Blacklight Attractions. We build attractions all over the world, so we go on installs, we go all over the place. And my favorite thing in the whole world to do, and I'm telling you right now, is to explore. I like seeing new attractions. And back in the early, or the late 1990s, we started these videos called Hauntworld the movie. They came out before there was ever YouTube, okay? This was the only way haunts were sharing their experiences, the things that they did. They were sharing them through hauntworld.com and Hauntworld the movies. And now you get the privilege of checking out Hauntworld the movie part 15. And we're not quite sure when the movie came out, but it was probably around 2001, 2002, something like that. And so forgive the widescreen and the 4K, but let's go over what's on this video, because I think you're going to like this one the best. Once again, we go and see Dr. Lady. And by the way, if you go all the way back to Hauntworld the movie 1 and watch all the Dr. Lady skits, there's an ongoing storyline, and they are very funny. Myself, obviously, I'm in the video, and one of the things that I think you'll find very entertaining, and I was watching this and going, really? I forgot about all this stuff. The whole video, you watch it all the way through, we keep cutting back to me, and I show you scare ideas that we built into haunts for our clients. So this whole video, all I do is talk about scares. So I know you people love scares. So you're gonna like this video, I think. There's a segment about that Ben Armstrong had made about himself. You know, it's actually really funny. We're gonna go to Hysteria City, which is a haunted house. We're gonna go through Netherworld, DC Cemetery, Tombstone Haunted Ghost Town, the Bates Motel, and you're really going to like this one because there's a segment in here about how to build trailer haunts. And you're going to see these guys work on trailer haunts. So now, with no further ado, Hauntworld the movie part 15, and I think you'll like this one the best up to this point. So now, on with the show.
part 15. That's right, 15. I forgot. If some of you might recall that on the last video we said we weren't going to do anymore. Well, we didn't lie to you because I will never lie to you. Actually, what we did was we're making DVDs. DVDs don't work in VCRs. That's why you, yeah, I'm talking to you. Don't shake your head, no, yeah, I'm talking to you. When you put that in your VCR and it didn't work, and you had to go to your local Best Buy to find out why this wouldn't work in your VCR wasn't broken. You need a DVD player. Okay, now if you've got one of those combo VCR DVDs, it's the one on the left side. Usually, the DVD player's on the left side. That's right, put it in there, press the tray, there you go. Press play, boom, we're working. Now we're on track. Now, if you can recall, we said no more movies because we're doing DVDs. One of the big differences between a DVD and a VCR is that on standard DVD duplication, you can only get about an hour and a half on a DVD, where opposed to a VCR, we could go up to 2 hours and 45 minutes. So, we got to be really fast with everything we do. We got to go right through it. No, that's not funny. Why are you smiling? Why are you clapping? This is ridiculous. Don't you want to hear me talk forever? I guess not. Why did you just high-five your wife? This isn't funny. Let's stay on track here. Come on. Now let's talk about Hauntworld the magazine. Let's zoom in on Hauntworld the magazine. Yeehaw! Our latest edition, this is the one that features Headless Horseman, one of the coolest hay rides I've ever seen, and you're going to see them on Hauntworld the DVD, part 16. And we're going to flash up on the screen right now. Watch this. Poof! See on the screen? This is all the ordering information. This is our address. If you want to mail us a check for $30, we'll send you a subscription. You can send your check to 1525 South A Street, St. Louis, Missouri, 63104. And make the check payable to Halloween Productions. That's $30 for a subscription to Hauntworld the magazine. Or, as you see across the bottom, you can go to www.hauntworld.com, and or you can email me at darkrides@sbcglobal.net. So now you've got all the information. Back to me. Here we are. Now, when you go to hauntworld.com to subscribe to the magazine, one of the things you can do is on the TOC page, table of contents, you'll see a link that says Hauntworld the magazine. Click on it. And one of the things you'll notice about the page, you can see all the advertisers. You can have links to all the best companies that this industry has, from animators to prop makers to everything. They're all listed, all the advertisers, links to their websites. In addition, you can read a lot of the articles. We probably have 15 or 20 articles with pictures and everything uploaded to the site, so you can see pictures and all kinds of other stuff. Links to conventions of interest and so on and so forth. So, now we're going to get right into Hauntworld, the movie / DVD, part 15. On this particular edition, we're going to show you some new scare ideas. Now, we're going to show you a new scare idea in between each and every single haunted house. The first one we're going to go over, if we can look at this. This is supposed to be some sort of cabinet. Okay, as you see, this side is locked in there. Now, none of these are actually 100% completed or detailed out or just kind of finished. One of the ideas that we've all seen in haunted houses are these dropping pictures. You drop the picture and an actor jumps out. Well, the customers are really picking up on these. If there's a picture frame, there might be someone behind it. So what we want to do is we want to build props that protrude out into the scene, so they would never assume that there's someone hiding inside. So what you would obviously do with this is you would probably take this, screw it to the wall, and let this corner here, and screw this corner into the wall. And you would take various different kinds of, well, just drop down here. You could make this a medicine cabinet if you wanted. It could be like a cabinet in a kitchen. You could put like cups and things of this nature. Now, the reason we didn't put any backing on this is for two reasons, because we wanted to show you two different ways to use it. Number one, you could have a sliding panel that slides to the side like this, and then the actor could kind of, put his hand out or scream at people. You could also mount this up to be a dropping panel. If you mounted this really high up on the wall, then there could be a dropping panel. So, and maybe you won't only drop this part here, and it would drop down to here, and you could still put all of your, you know, your tables and, your cups, and you could probably even down lower if you're only going to use this part as a scare part, and you back this part, you could put a plate in there and a plate in there, and who would have ever have guessed that there was an actor standing behind it because it's protruding out into the scene rather than being flat. So, there's scare idea number one. Now, our first haunted house we're going to go check out is Tombstone, Haunted Ghost Town. It was a haunted house that we built last year, and you're going to get to see kind of like a lights on tour through the place. Now, the video kind of starts off with sounding real self-promotional. There's a reason for that, because we're copying it right off of our promotional DVD. So it is a promotional type segment, but there's no other way for me to edit it down for you. It actually starts off pretty creepy. So we'll try to cut part of that out, and we'll go right into the Tombstone, and here you go. Okay, here we go. This is just a tour. First thing you're going to notice right down here, you can see the detail that we put into the walls. We wood grained it. We've given it some extra dimension. Here's the seam in the wall. Believe it or not, that's what we call an interlocking wall system. One snaps into another, that snaps into another, that snaps into another. It doesn't have to be braced, screwed, or anything to the walls, the ceilings, the floor, nothing. Everything is locked into each other. And although these two pieces look like it's one piece, it's actually divided right there. St. Louis is a good place to find all sorts of antiques. Like you see that antique couch, that wasn't very expensive here in St. Louis. We do these really cool libraries. Can't use real books because people pull the books off the shelves. So these are vacuum formed books that we make, and we screw them in here. Then, inside that library, we build scare boxes into all of our attractions to minimize actors and to better utilize them as well, because that same actor could turn around and just turn around and scare another person. As you can see, we changed up the wallpaper and aged it really good. And then these are what we call door jams that we try to put in between rooms so that it breaks the rooms up and makes them look more like they're supposed to be there. And then this is a scare, an air one that'll come out. Then we'll take, like, you know, crates like this, and that's actually screwed in the wall. It doesn't move. And as I said, everything locks into each other. So we're walking down. I got two zombies here. Then you got the Disney type, you know, inverted bus that follow you. See, the wall system changes, the wallpaper. And then, of course, we've got a real old picture there. It's a real one. And we try to provide those all the time in our attraction. Then, of course, lots of real deer heads and stuff on the wall. And the way this attraction is built is very typical of all of our modular shows. And, of course, like I said, this is a mansion theme. Of course, we can do anything. Now, this haunted house that we're walking through on October the 28th. It's already seen a brutal beating from 30,000 people walking through here. And as you can see, it's still in really nice shape. This whole entire haunted house could break down. I could take the whole thing down in probably 2 days. It would take me probably 3 days, 4 days to put it back up. It took a while to build it, but it's all built in pieces and then it was brought here and assembled. There's an animation, a big giant scary werewolf. As you can see, this is a really cool staircase that we built. We're trying to make it look like like you're walking into an old bar. One of the things that you'll notice is that we don't use a lot of store-bought props, you know, and things like latex type stuff. We only use it if it's going to complement what we're doing. And as you can see, you know, just shine a flashlight. We like to break the walls off so they look like the pieces are missing. There's a bear. This is a big high room in here because the floor was cut up to accommodate this staircase. So we utilized the ceiling height. You know, and that's another thing, is everything we do is custom. So we try to build everything to fit, to best facilitate the the facility that you are going to use. This is supposed to be a coffin making room. So we built these old Western looking coffins. And that guy is supposed to be a shotgun shell victim. Of course, he's coming out. She's attending the funeral. Another thing that we like to do a lot in our haunted attractions, especially seeing this particular case, we ended up with a long hallway. Well, we hate long hallways, but we never do black hallways. That's just too easy. So we just frame them in. See, it would be doors that go into other rooms. It just makes it seem like there's more going on than there really is. Of course, every haunted hotel has to have a piano player. And of course, there's an old flesh-eating, rotting zombie over there. And then, try to get the old pots and pans. And we found this old washing machine, which although it's not really period, but definitely looks old. And that's really all we were shooting for. We're kind of sort of coming to the end of this particular maze, which is, again, very typical of the way that we do our modular wall systems, the way we do our modular haunted houses. And I thought this was a really good example to show you because it's about a 3,000 square foot haunted mansion. So here we go. We're going to take a tour through the attraction while it's operating.
Welcome to Tombstone. The spirits are going to be looking for you tonight. Dead gunfighters looking to call you out. Fresh meat. Howdy, boy. We'll hang all of you by your necks. That's right.
Won't be checking out.
Since all who come before this court are guilty, I sentence every one of you to be hung by the neck until death.
Okay, we're back. That was Tombstone, Haunted Ghost Town. That was here in St. Louis. We're doing something really cool to Tombstone. We're building, we're taking trailers, which you're going to actually see some footage about trailer haunted houses on this tape and the next tape, because this is really catching fire. But we're taking a couple trailers and we're turning them into trains, and we're building a whole train station, so that's going to be kind of fun. Now back to the scares. One other thing I wanted to tell you about this puppy is not only could you build into this side like we were talking, but we also built this into it. I don't know if you see that. Get a good shot of that. Of course, an actor could almost literally come out of it. So anyway, let's take this one and move it to this side. All right, the next one. Come over here. And what we've got here, as you can see, this is a bookcase. We're going to take vacuum formed books like we do in our haunted house. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about by seeing the videos. We're going to put vacuum formed books in here. Okay? It's going to look like a library. Now, you see this chair is attached to it. This chair is completely attached. And if you look at the bottom, the chair is actually screwed into plywood that's screwed into this base of this here panel. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this particular piece in a scene where there's enough space where the people can walk around the chair. Now, here's the cool part. it opens. The library case opens. We've all seen this before, but look at this. That chair top detaches from the bottom, and lo and behold, the actor can literally 100% get out. Now, if we left this part on here, it would be up to here, probably would end up getting broken by the actor or a customer or something like this. So this is totally concealed. Let me show you again. Come here, you! Whatever. And so anyway, that's scare tip number 2. Now we're gonna go take a look at Netherworld. We've seen the Netherworld over and over again, and I didn't want to show the same stuff, but Ben Armstrong and Billy Messina out there in Atlanta last year produced a segment that they tried to create this whole fictional character and this whole urban legend about some scarecrow character. Well, here, you take a look and you'll see for yourself.
The Harvest Man of Netherworld Haunted House broke the mold. In fact, he shattered it.
Deep down inside, I was a plant out of his pot.
This is the story of the root of all evil. The true Netherworld story of the Harvest Man.
Harvest Man is just a lost soul. And when he tried to find himself, he just got more lost.
Even at the low points when I hit rock bottom, I never complained.
Every little thing that he did was a complaint.
You're gonna hear from my lawyer! This stinks! I'm out of here!
If nothing else, I can be proud of that.
When the true Netherworld story continues, we look at the humble beginnings of the Harvest Man.
In the Netherworld, there's not a lot of nurturing, but I was born to bring evil into this earth and to be a star.
Every year since childhood, Harvest Man has been opening the gates of the Netherworld.
I enjoy unleashing the beasts of hell on innocent people as well as the next guy, but I really felt it was time to branch out, to turn over a new leaf.
So with dreams as big as his branches, the Harvest Man set off for the one place a plant monster could make it: Hollywood.
I was just another evil freak in a sea of evil freaks. They even had a harvest gang. Imagine evil plant creatures with guns. Oh, it was just wrong.
Coming up, it's dreams and disasters for the Harvest Man when the true Netherworld story continues. Soon after arriving in Hollywood, Harvest Man met Flora Forrester at an audition for Shrubberies, and the two became romantically involved.
Harvest Man? Yeah, he's a hottie.
I did all right with the ladies. You know what I mean.
We're very similar. We have a lot of interests in common, a lot of things in common. We used to trim each other's weeds. It was really nice.
But after 7 months of auditions, the Harvest Man's dreams were quickly diminishing.
But once they realize you have moving limbs, fangs, and a taste for blood, you get typecast as some kind of a freak.
He was really bummed, you know. Never left the apartment, never even looked for work.
Coming up, Harvest Man gets his first big break when the true Netherworld story continues. The Harvest Man finally got his big break in the children's movie Lulu and Leafy. Cast opposite Trina Dolson, there were problems from the start.
I was only 10 when we did Lulu and Leafy. I remember being terrified of the Harvest Man. He was all mean and moldy on set. Oh, and he ate my dog.
We really bonded. You know, I became a father figure to her.
I mean, who eats a little girl's dog? It's not like we didn't have a food cart or anything. There were croissants.
Unfortunately, Lulu and Leafy was a box office blunder. But Harvest Man had become hooked to the lights, the camera, and the action of show business.
Acting is in my blood, and vice versa.
But dreams quickly turned to nightmares when the true Netherworld story continues. With this first big movie becoming a total disaster, it wasn't long before the Harvest Man and Flora's relationship felt the strain.
It was rough.
We tried counseling with a gardener, and that really didn't work.
As luck would have it, casting director Chuck DeMorley had accidentally seen Lulu and Leafy.
You know, I love Harvey, but honestly, I don't think movies are his thing.
So DeMorley suggested advertising.
Things were really rolling for me then. I was making enough money from my endorsements to really pay for a lavish lifestyle.
But this lifestyle signaled the bitter end to his relationship with Flora.
I guess I'm just not Hollywood enough for him, even though I'm the best thing that ever happened to him. Whatever.
Soon after their breakup, the big money endorsements disappeared. Coming up on the true Netherworld story, the Harvest Man attempts to salvage his sinking career. The Harvest Man's life was quickly unraveling.
Flora was gone. I was canned.
And so, in a desperate attempt to save his career, he auditioned for the lead role in Leprechaun 4.
Are you after me, Gold? Next. What do you mean, next? I'm green!
Come on, let's be honest. He's no leprechaun.
I nailed that part.
He did not get the role. When the true Netherworld story continues, the downward spiral of the Harvest Man. The Harvest Man's life was in shambles.
The money just wasn't coming in like it used to. Oh.
The lucrative jobs were gone, and the Harvest Man was struggling to make ends meet.
Talk about horrible part-time jobs. Oh, I was even a children's birthday clown. Ugh.
There was a time when me and Harvest Man both worked the birthday party circuit. There was just something special about them times.
But the Harvest Man was in the throes of depression and desperate for an escape.
I used to think that there was nothing like the taste of blood in your roots. Oh, but miracle grew. It took me to a place that I never wanted to leave.
Harvest Man faces the demons of a fertilizer addiction when the true Netherworld story continues. The Harvest Man of Netherworld Haunted House was rapidly approaching rock bottom.
I was pretty goofed up on whatever I could get my hands on at the local gardening store.
And then, one fateful night, in a blind rage fueled by plant hormones, Harvest Man tracked down his former agent, Tony Tadamonte.
911.
He's coming through my house!
Sir, what is the nature of your emergency?
Oh, God, it's the Harvest Man. Never the Harvest Man, will you? Stay with me!
Sir, where are you? Are you there, sir?
Come back here, you little mammal!
Soon after Tadamonte's 911 call, police arrested the Harvest Man. When the true Netherworld story continues, the Harvest Man receives a chance for redemption. The Harvest Man was at an all-time low. Strung out and sentenced to rehab, he spent 6 months at the Botanical Gardens Clinic before breaking out. During his escape, he took Ginger Manson hostage. The two fell in love and were married 3 days later.
I think I really loved her. Well, at least I didn't kill her, which for me is pretty much love.
The newlyweds began a whirlwind romance, but the marriage was far from perfect.
You think being an interracial couple is tough? Try being an interspecies couple.
I never understood his fascination with mortal women. Me, personally, I prefer an egg layer.
The honeymoon is over when the true Netherworld story continues. Some critics say the Harvest Man both carved a niche and dug a grave for his career as he began starring in low-budget horror movies.
He loved doing the movies. They, like Slaughter Plant 5, you know, he thought that was the greatest thing.
3 words, straight to video.
But these cult movies quickly built a loyal, albeit small, Harvest Man fan base.
He was awesome in Killer Swamp and Blooming Carnage. He was amazing, though, in my all-time favorite movie, Slaughter Plant 5. 1 through 4 totally sucked. The Harvest Man is a genius!
But the line between genius and insanity begins to blur when the true Netherworld story continues. Things were looking up for the Harvest Man's career, but his marriage was beginning to wilt.
Spreading evil is what he was married to.
She said I wasn't committed to the marriage. I mean, I carved her freaking name in my bark. That's commitment!
But as he and Ginger grew apart, Harvest Man was cast in UPN's newest Star Trek franchise.
Enterprise takes place 150 years into the future, but plant-based life forms aren't discovered till 190.
It was some sort of stupid plot discrepancy. Somebody screwed me.
The Harvestman species wouldn't even be discovered for another 40 years.
Coming up on the true Netherworld story, the divorce.
I think the reason the marriage didn't last is they're not even the same species from what I've seen.
No, interspecies relationships rarely work out.
A plant man and a woman just ain't gonna be able to cross-pollinate.
I don't know how I got through the divorce, especially when Bernie, he was my agent and my legal counsel at the time, brought me the papers to sign. It was too bad all that came out on Bernie. He was a horrible agent and an even worse lawyer, but still.
During the divorce proceedings, he killed 3 judges and 14 lawyers. I mean, it's sweet that he cared, But it was just too little, too late.
The Harvest Man was left with nothing and once again forced to reinvent himself when the true Netherworld story continues. Still recovering from an ugly divorce, Harvest Man decided to completely reinvent himself.
I knew that my CD, Bark Up My Tree, was gonna be a big hit. I mean, people love the bad boy singer.
He even shot a video for his song This Time Around.
This time around, although I've been around the best, darling, I must confess, no one compares to you. Oh, this time around, this time around, I swear that together we'll be better than before.
But would the public accept Harvest Man as a teen pop sensation? Find out when the true Netherworld story continues. With the release of his album, Harvest Man thought he'd finally found his calling.
I hired this smoking hot demon chick for the video. Oh.
He promised to pay me in souls, and he gave me old shoes. I don't know what to do with those.
But Bark Up My Tree only sold 17 copies, all belonging to this guy.
He is going straight to the top.
Harvest Man does have a good voice,
I don't think there's anything else left for him in the music business now.
Probably not.
but that album totally blew.
So the record company didn't market my CD correctly. It should have been huge.
Bark Up My Tree? Whatever. What did he expect?
Coming up, the Harvest Man heads home on the true Netherworld story. Having failed in every form of media possible, Harvest Man was left with only one option.
I didn't really have anywhere else to go, so I went back to my roots, to the Netherworld.
But Netherworld held a surprise for the Harvest Man.
Harvest Man, he was really shocked. He came back to Netherworld, his home away from home, and found out that I bought it and turned it into a haunted house. Speechless he was.
Back on his old stomping ground, the Harvest Man becomes a king among demons when the true Netherworld story concludes. The Harvest Man had finally returned to the Netherworld and met with immediate success.
Oh yeah, life is good now. I've found my place in Netherworld Haunted House.
I think that coming back here to the Netherworld's probably the best thing he ever did.
Who knows what the future holds for Harvest Man?
More like the Harvest Man holds the future.
I don't see him leaving anytime soon, and we're really happy to have him.
He does seem to have a great future at Netherworld.
But no matter what lies in store for the Harvest Man, one thing is certain.
I'm becoming a regular hero to the masses.
Now the public enjoys being terrified by this monster that lived the roller coaster lifestyle of a superstar.
Okay, now we're talking about scare number 3. And as you see on here, you see how the drawers are built open. This is not a real dresser, we built this. We're going to put clothes in there. We're going to hang some of the clothes over the side. And there is no one that's actually going to believe that this is a real scare. Now, the actor obviously pops out of the top, comes back down, and lifts back up again. This could be a very tedious scare. Need to paint this too. Brown. So anyway, there's scare tip number 3. As you can see, you can put this in any bedroom, and an actor can absolutely be hiding inside of this. And you know, you got to make sure you have holes in all 3 sides. You don't want the actor kind of opening this up and maybe accidentally hitting anyone. But this would certainly give you a good scare. And one of the things I would suggest is that when this opens, it can hit like the wall, so you wouldn't want to necessarily have it completely flush, so that when it does open, it's kind of tilted back on the wall, so it won't fall back down on the actor. Another thing that I would suggest is taking some 1x2s or something like this, and putting a 1x2 on each corner, so that there's no way that the actor could smash their fingers. So anyway, we're going to jump into another haunted house, 2 actually back to back. One is called DC Cemetery, which is going to be the second one you're going to see, and the next one is one of the most interesting segments we've ever done on these videos. Somebody did like a Discovery Channel type of monster shop, and showed you how they built their trailer haunt in 7 days. And we're going to take a look at that right now. It's called Monster City. So here we go.
Alright, all you monster fabricating freaks, it's time for the first edition of Monster City. Scott Michael and his team of morbid madness makers will attempt to turn these 4 45-foot semi-trailers into an intense walk-through haunted attraction. Oh yeah, we've dug up some other junk to help with the build, including this dead 1970 Cadillac hearse carcass. The rules are simple. Spend as little money as possible. The trailers must remain roadworthy. Trailers must not appear to be trailers when the attraction is set up. And create a terrifying city that includes a hotel, a crypt, a cemetery, a crematory, a meat processing plant, a jail, and a dark maze. And last but not least, get it up and running and ready to scare the hell out of kids by October 31st. Put on your welding goggles, cause the clock starts ticking now. It's time to start rip, grinding, pounding, and burning. Cause we're going bigger than any old garage. We're going the size of a city. Monster City. Monster City. Monster City. Monster City is brought to you by Hysteria City, Las Vegas's #1 biggest, baddest haunted attraction, coming late September 2003. Be there and be prepared to be scared. Go to hysteriacity.com. It's time to power up the arc welders and get busy. The trailers are in place, and so is the crew. Sitting in on the build team today, we have George, also known as Biohazard. Originally from Kelseyville, California, he now resides in Las Vegas, Nevada, where he's a semi-pro wrestler and full-time monster fabricator. Then there's Wizard Man Russ, who uses a welding rod like it's some kind of magic wand. Russ resides in Las Vegas, where he manages a mobile home park and loves to fabricate monster equipment. Heading up the build team today, we've got Master Monster Fabricator Scott Michael. He's the twisted individual responsible for all this madness. For over 4 years, Scott has been developing, designing, and building the pieces necessary to make this madness happen. And now, like a giant jigsaw puzzle, all the pieces are starting to fit in place. One of the first major fabrication projects is to build a bridge that will connect 2 of the 4 trailers. The bridge has to span a gap of 20 foot and be solid as a rock.
It takes about, I'd say probably about 5 hours to build this bridge. It's one of the biggest parts that we got done so far. I'll tell you, I feel like shit.
Wait a minute. First rule of thumb at Monster City, no snivellers. Monster City mantra and rule #1, get over it. Day 1 is done and you can stick a fork in it. All we got left to do is wipe up George's tears and get ready for day 2. Don't touch that dial, cause we're building a city, a Monster City. Good morning, Monster fans. Day 2 is here, but our crew isn't. Well, that's okay. Scott's been hard at work overnight, transforming these simple trailers into monstrous works of art. Joining the build team to take the place of George, we got the one and only Kirchners from Las Vegas, Nevada. Kurt moved to Las Vegas from his hometown of Long Beach, Washington. That's where he first had dreams of becoming a famous musician or world-renowned poet. Now he lives here in the desert, where he sells water by the gallon and fabricates monster madness. Kurt's brought along a friend. His name is Alex. He'll be cleaning out trailer #2 and getting ready for the build. Kurt will be working on a wall system that will fill the 20-foot span behind the bridge on trailers 1 and 2. This section will consist of 5 modular 4x8 panels that will be painted and installed at a later date. While these guys work in the heat, Scott's gonna take a break and go over to Kent's house and see how he's doing on that hearse. Well, it looks like our buddy Ken has turned this dilapidated old hearse into a corpse-carrying cargo trailer. We've reincarnated this old hearse from the dead so we can use it as a promotional tool and as a prop for our major haunted attraction. Yeah, we've picked up a paranoid passenger for this freakmobile. This guy's a giant 7-foot ultimate Frankenstein animatronic prop. This shackled freak's larger than life and scary as hell. He'll be a great addition to the Hysteria City haunt. Like the wick on an old graveyard lantern, the boys are cooked, and so is the day. But don't you worry, monster fans, we got more Monster City coming your way. Well, day 3 is here, and it seems there's been some changes. Like some sort of demented beast in the middle of the night, Scott has been building, painting, and transforming the city even further. He has managed to completely paint and detail trailer number 2, as well as add some graveyard features to make it a little bit more eerie. This monstrous city is starting to come to life, or should I say death. Monster profile haunt builder Scott Michael. Scott was born and raised in California. That's where he got his background in entertainment and video production. He came up with the crazy idea of building a haunted city about 6 years ago. Now he's actually doing it. He's taken all the big tricks from the corporate giants like Disney, rearranged them, and then packed them into his own theme park style haunted attraction. Unlike a theme park, this attraction is designed to be mobile and move anywhere it needs to go. Scott has fabricated most of this freaky artwork from things he's found in the dumpster. Yeah, that's right, ordinary everyday garbage that you throw away. What is considered one man's trash is certainly gonna be your worst nightmare. You'll definitely be terrified by all of the trash-based trauma just beyond the gates of Scott Michael's Hysteria City. Well, it looks like Russ has got several of the ramps done. Or maybe his buddy Scott does. Who really knows for sure as long as the work's getting done? Maybe we should go and ask the boss. Hey, Russ, what do you think?
Hi. Oh, Jesus. Thanks. I've got a good crew here working with me. We've had to first take this metal, cut to pieces, to the size, balance it, measure it, square it, weld it. I just do it as a hobby. I'm not a professional welder. I do just about all kinds of work. Oh, I'm into Dungeons and Dragons. I do a lot of fantasy role-playing. I do a lot of fantasy writing. I write for TSR. Well, in Hysteria City, we've been working on it for 2.5 years, trying to get it ready to go. I think this year we're going to have it. And we're supposed to be having it at Silver Nugget, and we're going to see what happens. I'm sure we're going to be a good success. Monster City, Monster City, Monster City.
While these metalheads keep on welding, Scott's been busy transforming these simple trailers once again into horrific works of art. This time he's completely painted and detailed both sides of the soon-to-be Hotel Hysteria. He's also taken the liberty of adding a little bit of gore to his columns and crypt facade. This bizarre city of death seems to be taking on a life of its own right before our very eyes. It's time for a little break, but don't retire for too long because we got more Monster City coming your way. Over the past 3 days, these semi-trailers have started their mutation into an evil city. Day 4 is here and we can see some big changes. Scott's been busy building some of the interior sets for the haunted city. He's also been busy detailing trailer number 4 into the dark room. It even looks like he's done a little work on the Hysteria City jail. The interior section of this city is really starting to take shape. But there's no time for patting ourselves on the back. We got a long ways to go and a short time to get there. The objective today is to finish detailing this section of the graveyard as well as finish up our jail cell. Wish Scott luck, cause he's all alone on the build today. I think he's starting to crack. If this keeps up, they may have to take him away. Without notice, like a bolt of lightning, John, alias Gravely Rigor Mortis, appears, driving his beautiful black hearse Cadillac.
My name is John Powell. I'm into freaky things that you can see by my hearse here. I enjoy doing nothing. Yeah, that's basically what I enjoy doing, driving the hearse around, scaring people. Let's go home with my casket in the back. Uncle Ernie loves to see people. I open the casket and showing him Uncle Ernie while I freak people out. They just don't want to get near the car and just scream and run away. It's great. Good, clean fun. Uncle Ernie was the original gatekeeper to Hysteria City. He passed away so many years ago, and they found him when the city was opened up. So I've had the pleasure of showing around Las Vegas, Nevada. This place is amazing. When it was built with and from 4 semi-trailers, this is gonna freak people out. And just loading up the hearse with, doesn't matter, PVC, plastic, screens, anything you can imagine has been turned into what you see here, which is beyond what we started out as. Just a bunch of stuff people are throwing away, and now it's Hysteria City. It's amazing what Scott has done with this stuff. This will be an insane haunt, no two ways about it. Just looking around at what's up, and it's not even done yet. It's gonna scare people. It's gonna be good.
While John admires the city, Scott will get busy adding the awning for the La Ville, France antique store, as well as add some detail to his graveyard set. These once ordinary semi-trailers are now making a miraculous metamorphosis into a monster city. Welcome back to Monster City. It's day 5 and we can see there's been some more details added to our graveyard set. We've even brought in our mummies for this portion of the build. There's so much progress being made, it's almost scary. With all these demons, ghouls, and zombies, we're bound to scare up some business for the Halloween season. This graveyard set is almost a wrap, but there's still a lot to do. We've got the side facades, the front facades, the back facades, and let me think. Oh yeah! We've also got the electrical, the ticket trailer, and snack bar trailers to get done. We definitely better quit howling at the moon and start to get busy here in Monster City. It looks like Scott's attention has turned to the other side of the haunted attraction, the jail cell. Sitting in the hot seat today, we got William Giblin, veteran haunted house helper. He's worked for one of the biggest haunted houses in the world, Not Scary Farm. William came out today to check out the progress and get ready for his part in Hysteria City. We can see the electrical shock columns are in place, as well as a whole bunch of detail here in the jail area. I think William's happy. It looks like this day is a wrap. Sit tight and don't be afraid, because these guys aren't going anywhere. We got more Monster City coming your way. As day 6 begins, we get a glimpse of what was. Then our focus turns to what is. Scott and the boys have almost completely transformed these trailers into the haunted city of Hysteria. We've still got a little ways to go, but the bulk of this project is almost complete. When we set this attraction up at Mahoney's Silver Nugget, well, that's when we're gonna put out the really scary stuff. Yeah, that's right, Scott's been holding back. He's got a 45-foot semi-trailer full of scary props ready to go. If you think it's freaky now, you better just open your eyes and get ready for a whole new experience in this city. Looking like some kind of demented freak out of a classic horror flick, George appears from the depths of this monster city. And then reality sets in. He's got an excuse.
Gotta get my stuff.
And where there's one excuse, there's always another.
Too much shit.
Is he really gonna help this time?
I'm back. Biohazard's never.
Yeah, that's what they all say. We'll see if those words ring true. While George paints his own future here at Hysteria City, Scott's been busy painting up the ticket trailer. He's even added the ticket taker. As amazing as it may seem, he's even added the skirting to the front of the darkroom facade. The only thing left to do here is set this evil mother up. It's day 7, and we're moving this bad boy to its new home, the Silver Nugget Casino in Las Vegas. From out of the depths of a dumpster rises a whole new city here in Las Vegas. These semi-trailers have been transformed inside and out, and now they're on their maiden voyage to take you on a journey into the dark side of fear. This evil city will have been built and set up in an amazingly short amount of time. Now will it be ready to go in time for Halloween? Only Scott knows for sure.
I guess Rome wasn't built in a day. Hysteria City will be built in 10, right here.
I guess the only other question would be, is Elvis really dead? With all the questions answered, I guess it's time to take a look at the finished product right here in Las Vegas. Good afternoon and welcome to Hysteria City. I'll be your tour guide. My name is Mayor Morbid. You are now looking at the exterior facade of Hysteria City. In this area is where you'll find our vendors and our entertainers. Now watch your step as you go up our ramps. We are now entering the once lively and glamorous Hotel Hysteria lobby. This is where you'll learn the story of Dr. Slaughter and his evil ways. You'll also see some of our decayed memories from the past. After you've received your hospitable greeting in the lobby, you'll make your way into our elevator. In the elevator is where you'll take a one-way trip down to your final resting place. You'll drop 13 stories straight down to your level, the lowest possible point on Earth. Once you hit rock bottom, you notice you're in Dr. Slaughter's personal laboratory. Suddenly, all those rumors become reality as you experience some of the Doctor's strange experiments. Now it's time to enter the forbidden room 1313. This is where you will encounter the Doctor's most recent creation, his bride. Once you've made it past her, all is well, or so you think. You must first get past the shower scene, and then make your way down the ramp and into the crypts of Hysteria City. This is where you may encounter the hideous crypt gods and demons of the night. From this point, you'll move on into the Dragon's Lair Cemetery. They say the beast that inhabits this evil cemetery preys on your fears and feeds on your worst nightmares. Now stay close and remember to lose all of your fear, because it seems the beast is a little hungry this afternoon. Oh, so you've made your way past our dragon. That's all right. It's not over yet. Now you'll make your way deeper into the cemetery. That's where you'll encounter more creatures of the night. Remember to be very leery of the shadows that lurk in the graveyard. For things aren't always as they seem in Hysteria City. Now we'll head down another treacherous corridor. Watch out for the underdwellers. Please stay close as we make our way back into the crypts of Hysteria City. As you make your way up our ramp and into the crematorium, you will feel the heat of fear completely surround you. This is where you will learn the morbid art of body burning and learn all the answers to your burning questions. Now it's time to get shocked by our electrified cattle bridge. You'll experience 20,000 volts of terror as you make your way into the meat processing plant. In the meat processing plant is where you'll be put to work cleaning up the butcher's mess that he made just for you. Oh, it seems you're not working hard enough. I guess you'll have to be turned into product. Your heart will pound with terror as you're stalked by a carnivorous butcher in this deadly cavern of carnage. Just try and stay dry as the life juice of victims before you flows in these evil halls. Once you've made it through this bloody mess, you'll get a slight break as you make your way down the ramp and into the barren jail. Make your way past what seems to be an empty jail scene and into the industrial alley. You'll encounter toxic terror just before you're surprised by our angry butcher once again. You'll barely escape through the broken fence and into the jail yard. You've made it just in time to witness a live execution. After the shock of your life, you'll make your way down Retail Alley. Oh, but what about our dead prisoner? Could he still be alive? Now make your way into the darkest part of our journey, the dark room. In here, things are not always as they seem, and your eyes can play tricks on you. You'll navigate your way through pitch black terror as you reach a final and electrifying ending to this madness we call Hysteria City. Thank you for letting me give you this daylight lights on tour, and may all of your nightmares become reality. Happy hauntings from Hysteria City Haunted Attraction.
In the deepest, darkest recesses of Las Vegas hides a dark and broken city of the dead. A lost city where evil lurks around every corner. Come experience the madness of Hysteria City Haunted Attraction. Your heart will pound with terror as the gates to Hysteria City open from September 26th through November 1st at the Silver Nugget Casino. Even the bravest souls are never quite the same after a night at Hysteria City. See a live performance of Bobby Boris Pickett, creator of the Monster Mash.
They did the Monster Mash.
Hi, this is Kari. Join me in the Creatures of Hysteria City Friday, October 3rd, starting at 6 p.m. as I broadcast live or dead from the parking lot of the Silver Nugget at 2140 North Las Vegas Boulevard. I'll have lots of ghoulish comp goodies to hand out to you and your little monsters.
Tickets are $15. Discount coupons available at the Silver Nugget Hotel. After 7 p.m., children under 13 must be accompanied by an adult. Call the Hysteria City info line at 391-8146.
You'll have the time of your afterlife at Hysteria City. Welcome, children of the night. Your travels have brought you to the gates of the DC Cemetery and the realm of the undead. For over 500 years, our residents have been eagerly anticipating your arrival. Their crazed spirits have returned to their decomposing corpses and are right now ripping and clawing their way from their tombs. Some are in search of screams, while others crave much more. So hold your children close, be wary of all sights, and most importantly, remember to always remain behind the protection of our gates. For the day you enter the DC cemetery will be your last amongst the living. You have all been warned, so beware. Beware. Beware.
Okay, our next scare idea, well, darn it, I just gave it away. As you can see, we just took our regular old clock. Now see, this clock is pretty deep. It's about 2 feet deep. And what's really kind of cool about this clock is there's a lot of different things we can do with this clock. First off, this is a two-way mirror. So the first scare can be from a light that you would trigger. And once you have a two-way mirror, if you have a light on the inside, you can see right through it. So you can have some hideous monster all of a sudden come out of nowhere and you see his face. And then, of course, he can open the clock and come out. Another way to do this is you can make this two-way mirror drop. And it could be like a drop scare or something of that nature. But the whole point here is to have props that protrude out into the scene that the actor is actually walking into a prop. He's actually inside of the prop. And that's what we're trying to get across here, is that the actor's actually in the room or the hallway and the customer doesn't even know it. Because they're expecting these same old scares to be flush with the wall. Now, what we're going to do real quick, this was supposed to be on 16, so when you look at your 16 box cover and it says something about dark rides, it's not on there. It's going to be on this one. Take a look at Spider-Man's Ultimate Ride that we built up in Niagara Falls, Canada. It's not really horror related, but I think you'll get a kick out of it all the same. So, take it away, Spider-Man.
Hey Spidey friends, it's your old pal Spider-Man here, and I need your help. It appears that the city's biggest villains are all on the prowl.
Yeah, I hear those villains are staked. Well, make sure Parker gets me some pictures. I gotta go. Oh, so you're the saps who are helping out Spider-Man, huh? You know, it's probably his fault all those costume clowns are running around the city. Spider-Man's just another criminal like a...
Thanks for the support, Mr. Jameson, but we don't have a second to waste. Be sure to shoot out all the colored targets. My spider sense is warning me that Scorpion is lurking close by. Be on the alert, spider friends.
Spider-Man, you can't stop the Scorpion.
Don't give Scorpion a chance to break through the wall. Quick, shoot the bricks so they'll fall on top of him and bury him. That ought to take the sting out of the Scorpion.
Once I infect the entire city's water supply with my serum, everyone will be under my control. Let the reptiles rule the planet!
Not so fast, Lizard. Spider friends, shoot the nitrogen pipes and blast Lizard with cold air!
Get ready for the shock of your life, courtesy of Electro!
Listen, everybody, shoot the water pipes and short-circuit Electro. Mastro's experiencing a major power outage.
Chef Goblin here. Taste some of my pumpkin.
Mind if I tag along?
Get off my glider, wicked.
Let's see how well you fly without these wires. Oh, now that's gotta hurt.
You may have defeated everyone else, but you'll never get past Dr. Octopus. Keep loading those boxes, boys, and get Spider-Man. I'll take care of that. Trying to interfere with my smuggling operation, eh? Take that, and that, and that!
Distract Doc Ock by shooting the crates.
Spider-Man, this is the last time you meddle in my affairs.
Good job. I guess we found the right prescription for this doctor.
Well, now it looks like Spider-Man's done it again.
Hey, you really helped your old pal Spider-Man. Thanks to you, we restored order and put those villains behind bars. But watch out. You never know when I might need your help again. Thanks a lot, Spider friends.
Okay, now we've seen Spider-Man. And hopefully you got a kick out of that. We got one more haunted house before we go. And I wanted to show you this. This is a fairly interesting thing. It's supposed to be a dining room, a dinette or something like this. And we didn't put the scare part in it, but as again you see that this protrudes out into the scene. Now when you decorate this, if you can zoom out a little bit, when you decorate this, you know, you've got to theme it up. You've got to put like a bowl of fruit right here. Maybe like some dead flowers over there. I mean, you've got to totally blend it into the scene so there's no way that anybody would ever expect anybody to be hiding in it. But here again, we are into the scene. We're actually standing in the middle of the room because this goes back 2 feet. So you got to put a flush up against the wall and have a way for an actor to get in. Now, obviously, this can be a drop picture. This can be a sliding picture. It can be a pulling picture. It can be whatever you want. Now, real quick, we're going to go on out and see the Randy Bates Motel. It's one of the coolest haunted houses I've ever seen. The hayride is phenomenal. This guy is incredible with pyrotechnics. He's got flames shooting out of everything, and then some. Don't give this guy a lighter at Transworld, because who knows where else the flames might shoot out of him. So anyway, here we go, out to Bates Motel, and we'll see you later. We'll be right back.
Too beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. All right. Wasn't really ready, but cool.
Once again?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Cool.
Gonna come out and hit the camera.
Oh, you're so pretty. Nice.
He's getting another shot.
All right, chuck that barrel one last time.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to throw up?
All right, when he hits the flame, wait.
2, 3.
What are you doing? Fourth.
Go. All right, do it.
Recharge this. Oh, that wasn't too good.
Yeah. All right, one more time. Yeah.
Oh, damn tree.
One or the other.
All right, we got one more for you and then we gotta go. As you can see, this is just another dropping picture. And I think that this one's more or less supposed to be one of those corner type dinette sets, because it's hard, I don't know if you can see this, but it's built like, you know, a triangle, so it would go straight into a corner, like one of those corner dinette pieces. And then of course, what you would do with this here is you would liquid nail plates in here. And that would conceal it up really nice. Now, I want to thank you for purchasing Hauntworld the Movie Part 15. That's a DVD, by the way. For those of you who are still trying to stick it in your VCR. I also want to say that I'm very proud that we were able to eliminate Dr. Lady from this video. We told Dr. Lady at the last minute that we would not have, or that we were finally doing it, and if he could put something together to send it to us, and of course, even FedEx couldn't get it to us fast enough. So we've cut him out of the video altogether. I'm sure everyone's happy about that. Time permitting, because we haven't edited this video yet, we have another haunted house called, what is it called, Jim?
Nightmare Mansion.
Nightmare Mansion. And we're going to try to get to that if time permits. And then that haunted house will go straight into the credits, and we'll run the credits over the Nightmare Mansion, which totally excludes Dr. Lady from this video. Everyone is very happy. So, anyway, thanks for coming, and we'll see you on Hauntworld the Movie Part 16. See ya. Wait a minute. Hold it. Stop everything right here. What is going on here? Larry really think he's going to get away with releasing a Hauntworld video without me on it? A Hauntworld episode without Dr. Lady? Well, he's not going to get away with it. I'm stopping the show right now, and we're all going to wait right here until Larry comes to his senses and puts a segment with me on this. What are you all so upset about? Evidently, Larry Kirchner thought he was going to get away with releasing a Hauntworld episode without me on it. I won't stand for it. No, sir. No end credits until I get on this episode. Oh. I've been on every single Hauntworld so far, and I'm going to be on this one too. Well, he's not going to get away with releasing one without Dr. Lady on it. Okay, but I'm going to wait right here as long as it takes for him to put a segment on this video containing me. But you're on it right now. Oh, well, that's all right then. Oh, okay.
So what did you think about Hauntworld the movie part 15? Yes, there was that many. But don't forget that I also made, 15 more videos after this, if you can even believe it. A lot of people don't recall, because a lot of people are newer, but it was myself mainly that was making these how-to videos and trying to help the haunted house industry. This is at a time when all there really was how-to videos / DVDs. At this point, there was DVDs and magazines. And we had the hauntworld.com website with the Fright Forum, and we traded information. These were the 3 ways that we traded information. And then, of course, we would go to Chicago at Transworld, and we would have that big get-together. There was no internet, there was no Facebook, there was none of this stuff. So this was it. And so now, we will upload the last 2 videos of the Hauntworld series, part 16 and 17, but I'm glad that you liked part 15. Until next time, everybody, if you want to find a haunted house, go to hauntworld.com. They're all there. And until then, happy Halloween.
For scary videos and more, subscribe to our YouTube page, Hauntworld.com.